LinkedIn Sales Navigator is one of the best tools to find leads, but let's be honest, it's a nightmare to understand what's going on with their pricing. You have tons of plans like Core, Advanced, Advanced Plus, Career. I feel that it's very hard to know which plan to choose for your business, your goals, and of course your budget. So in this video, I will try my best to make it as simple as possible to understand the Sales Navigator pricing. And my goal is that at the end of this video, you know which plan is the best for you. So let's start. I've made a graph to make it as simple as possible. And here you can see that you have three paid plans. You have LinkedIn Premium, LinkedIn Recruiter, and you have LinkedIn Sales Navigator. We will focus on LinkedIn Sales Navigator, but you have to know that you have two more paid plans, Premium and Recruiter. So at least if you want to buy a paid plan, you don't make any mistake. So the first one, and I will be quick, is LinkedIn Premium, and you have two plans. You have Career and you have Business. The price for Career is $39 a month and Business $99 a month. And basically with Career, you have 5 emails a month. You have some salary details on LinkedIn, and you can compare yourself to other applicants. If you don't know what an email is, you can click on the top right of your screen. I've made a complete tutorial on what is an email and how to use them. Then for business, you have 15 emails a month and you have more company details, but it's only on LinkedIn and not on LinkedIn Sales Navigator. Then you have Recruiter. You have two plans, Light and Advanced, and it's only useful if you want to recruit some candidates. And finally, you have LinkedIn Sales Navigator, which is perfect if you are doing some outreach. And here you have three plans. You have Core at $99 a month. You have Advanced, it's $149 a month. And you have Advanced Plus, and the pricing for this plan is custom. You need to talk to a sales to get a quote. I want to start this video by Sales Navigator Core because it's most likely the best plan for you. So let's check some filters. So here you have 50 emails a month. You have access basically to LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So basically when you are on LinkedIn, you have to go here on top and click on Sales Nav. And here you will be on LinkedIn Sales Navigator. When you are on LinkedIn Sales Navigator, you will use a lot of the lead filters. So here on the left part of my screen, I have all the filters to find leads. And here I have some account filters. And here I have filters for companies. Most of the time you will use the lead filters. For example, here we can use some filters. So let's say company headcount. We want to target people in a company headcount between 500 to 1,000 people. Let's say we want to target people with the current job title, head of sales. And then you can say you want to target people based in New York. Then we click on include. And here on the right part of my screen, I have all the people that match my filters. And here on the top right of my screen, you see that we have more than 100 results. And here we have people who are head of sales. So head of sales, head of sales, head of sales, and so on. So basically, when you buy a LinkedIn Sales Navigator plan, you have access to the leads filters, but you have access to the account filters. And here you can target companies. For example, you can say you want a company headcount between 500 to 1,000 people. You want a specific industry, let's say software development, and you can target companies that are currently hiring. So you can say hiring on LinkedIn. And here on the right part of my screen, I no longer have people, but I have companies. Now, the main problem with LinkedIn Sales Navigator is that you can do a search, but you can't export these people and get their emails. And that's why most people who use LinkedIn Sales Navigator use a tool like GiveMeLeads to export the leads from LinkedIn Sales Navigator, get their emails, and at the end get a file like this one where you have all your leads in just one file. So here, for example, the search was head of marketing, company headcount between 51 to 500 people, and we targeted people based in New York. And here you can see all the informations like the first name, last name, LinkedIn URL. You have the verified emails of the lead, and you have, of course, the job title, location, some LinkedIn information, and at the end you will find some company details like the company name, company website, company location, company industry, and so on. So if you use or you want to use LinkedIn Sales Navigator and you want to export your leads, get their emails, you can try GiveMeLeads, and you will get a button like this one where you just need to click on it to export your leads and get their emails. That being said, let's go back to our graph. The next useful feature is that you can see your profile viewers. So when you go on LinkedIn and you click on profile viewers, here you have the details of all your profile viewers. The main use case for this feature is when you post on LinkedIn and you want to reach out to people who saw your profile recently, because when you reach out to these people, you will get a much higher reply rate. And of course, you can find these people on LinkedIn Sales Navigator, and all you need to do is to go here on top and toggle this button, viewed your profile recently. And here on the right, I have the list of all the people who saw my profile recently. Now, the next point is actually not a feature, but basically the limit of connection requests you can send is higher when you have a LinkedIn Sales Navigator plan. So basically, when you don't have a LinkedIn paid plan, you can't send more than a couple of connection requests a day. But when you use a LinkedIn paid plan, for example, Sales Navigator Core, you can send between 400 to 800 connection requests per month. So basically, when you are on a profile like this one and you click on more and here connect, basically you can do that at least 500 times a month. So it's very useful when you do some LinkedIn prospecting. So basically, these are the main features of LinkedIn Sales Navigator Core. Now let's move on to advanced. And basically with advanced, you have all these features, but now you have a CRM integration and team collaboration tool. Honestly, it's not very useful. And finally, advanced plus, you have an enterprise CRM and you have a synchronization between Sales Navigator and your CRM. But from what I saw, it costs a lot of money and it's not really worth it. So basically, if you have one thing to remember from this video, is that Sales Navigator Core is the best plan you can choose if you want to access the LinkedIn database. So if you want to use this and then you want to export the leads from LinkedIn Sales Navigator to do some outreach, it's perfect. But then the advanced and advanced plus, it's not really worth it. And if you don't need LinkedIn Sales Navigator, the best plan if you want to do some LinkedIn prospecting is Premium Career, because with this, you are able to send between 400 to 800 connection requests per month. It's a good deal if you don't need to use LinkedIn Sales Navigator. But if you need to identify leads, LinkedIn Sales Navigator is one of the best tools on the market to do that, because they have the freshest data on the market. Now that you know the pricing of LinkedIn Sales Navigator, if you want to have a complete beginner tutorial on how to use LinkedIn Sales Navigator to generate leads, you can click somewhere on the screen. And now it's time for me to wish you a nice day, and I see you in the next video. Bye bye.